Simon & Schuster Audio presents There's No Turning Back, a novel by Alba de Céspedes. Translated by Anne Goldstein. Read by Aida Reluzco. Translator's Note. Alba de Céspedes' There's No Turning Back was published in 1938. She had previously published story collections, a book of poems, and a short novel, and had written for various newspapers and journals. Al Nondo Mondadori, the publisher of There's No Turning Back, had decided to launch the book with an extensive publicity campaign directed at critics, often personally solicited, at foreign publishers, appealed to by a list of translations in progress, and finally, at the public of readers, with posters and flyers, window displays, and other advertising initiatives, including a van carrying a billboard on its roof. In a letter to the critic Pietro Pancrazzi, Mondadori wrote, "Recently I published There's No Turning Back, a novel by a very young writer, Alba de Céspedes, in whom I think I found an exceptional artistic temperament. I launched this novel with means I've rarely used for young writers, and the welcome of public and critics so far has been what I hoped for. The first edition sold out in a week, and the first judgments have been passionately favorable." There's No Turning Back follows 8 young women living in a convent boarding house in Rome, most of whom are studying at the university. They come from different backgrounds, have different desires and goals, and make different choices, yet they are united in the task of finding their way in the world. "It's as if we're on a bridge," one of the girls says. "We've already departed from one side and haven't yet reached the other. What we've left behind we don't look back at. What awaits us is still enveloped in fog. We don't know what we'll find when the fog clears." The story, which covers the period from the autumn of 1934 to the summer of 1936, is told in the third person from 8 points of view, switching back and forth among the 8 young women. De Céspedes is remarkably skillful at maintaining the consistency and individuality of the different voices as she keeps the narrative going. Besides the 8 young women, one of the nuns, in a briefer role, presents yet another version of a woman's choice. By the time the novel was published, the fascist dictator Benito Mussolini had been in power for more than a decade. His government promoted the idea that the proper place of women was to be at home and to bear children, sposa e madre esemplare, exemplary wife and mother. While there is no overt mention of Mussolini or fascism in the novel, apart from a reference to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?